Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Krista Wiley. Today we are going to be doing basically a walkthrough on Sandals and Beaches. Kind of show you how to use the platform, some different cool things that Sandals and Beaches does have on their platform. So let's go ahead and get started. Dive into the Sandals and Beaches of it all. So I already asked. Some of you guys are registered, some of you aren't. Obviously, in order to register for Sandals, you do have to have been in the business 6 months. That is not an Archer requirement, it is a Sandals requirement. So it's a 6-month thing. Now, that does not mean that you can't book Sandals. You absolutely can book Sandals. You just can't do it directly through the portal. You'd have to do it through like Pleasant Holidays. But once you hit that 6-month mark, you guys are going to go through. You're going to get registered for Sandals. The same way that you would get registered for Vax or MSC or Princess or any of those. You'd go into the back office, fill out a supplier request form, click other, put in Sandals, and that's how you'll get registered 4 to 7 business days, and they'll put that through. So this is what the website looks like when you guys hop in here. This is the home screen. You guys, the amount of information on this website is insane. I don't know how many of you guys or if any of you guys have actually gone on here and looked, but there's a lot of information on here. Plus, I think our BDMs for Sandals and Beaches they're pretty phenomenal. Most people know I do have my car wrapped by Sandals and Beaches. I know a couple of other agents that are have their cars wrapped, are in the process of wrapping it. And the reason I'm mentioning this, you guys, is because there's a lot of questions behind wrapping your car. What are the benefits of it? What are the benefits of wrapping your car? Sandals does not pay you. They're not going to pay you to be advertising. You're not going to get like some check or whatever. There was some confusion about whether or not it was going to cover your car payment. And that was something that I wasn't completely sure of too. They do not cover your car payment, but it is really great advertising on your vehicle. I get a lot of people staring at my car. I get kids pointing at my car. I hand out a lot of business cards from it. So it's great advertising. Now, you do get to write off, part of your car payment on your taxes because you are using your personal vehicle for business. And so there is that aspect of it. Now, you guys going through here, like I said, we're just going to kind of walk through. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. I'll try to keep up with them. And honestly, I probably won't get through everything on here, but I want to go through some of the major things through here, and then we'll walk through a quick booking as well. You guys, there are lots of different sales tools. Now, one of the things that people try to do is they try to order collateral. Like most other vendors, you can order collateral. However, with Sandals, you can't order collateral the same way as normal, because they only allow, Sandals and Beaches only allow so much collateral to be ordered per agency, meaning Archer Travel. Archer, they get their allotted amount at the beginning of the year, and then it starts over again in the beginning of the year. So if you end up needing to get, collateral like this, you guys, a lot of my collateral I got at convention. To be honest, I swooped in and I got 1 or 2 of every, well, I got one, my husband got one of every type of thing, right? That way I do have this information for myself. Now, if you are doing, let's say you're going to do a vendor show. A couple of people probably know that I did do a Sandals. I did a vendor show, and I mostly advertised Sandals. Now, I actually have a relationship with our BDM, or with my BDM. And so I was able to communicate with him, and he was able to get me collateral. He said, "Oh yeah, no problem, Krista." He's like, "Yeah, I'll get you some collateral for that." Yeah, little did I know that he was actually going to drive himself to my vendor show to bring me the collateral. And he actually sat there and worked the vendor show with me, which was a lot of fun. If you guys are in that place where you guys want to get that, make sure that you do reach out to your platinum, whether it's me, Destiny, Sarah, Amy, or Sue Shield. You reach out to them, say, "Hey, you know what? I'm in need of some Sandals collateral. Is there any way that you can reach out to the BDM and see what I can do, or see what we can do?" So that's kind of how that physical collateral stuff is going to go. But you guys, there are other ways to get marketing material. They have a lot of great here under Smart Cart. You guys can build your own flyers, web banners, digital photo brochures. I know it has the order collateral button, but we just discussed that. And apparently there's something coming new, right? We always like something new. But you guys can come in here and you guys can build your own flyers. So, oh, okay. Of course, the one thing I click on, right? Let's go to brand folder. Sandals travel advisors use brand folder as a source for its official brand assets. To formally request creative assets, please click the following link and complete the form, or just log in if you've already have access. So you guys can do that. You guys can get digital photo brochures. And you can share the links for those, preview photo album. So you guys can come through here and look at the different things, select a destination. So it's kind of building this up for you. Select a resort. Let's go South Coast. If you guys wanted to find rates, you could. But it's going to show you down here the different Jamaica resorts. But I'm going to show you a different way to get into that. I find much easier. But I just want you guys to know there is a lot of information here for you when it comes to advertising. Now there is a section for sales or for webinars, but I didn't find any upcoming ones, but you guys can come in here. You guys, there are past webinars. So if you guys wanted to come in here and you guys wanted to watch a past webinar, maybe you want to look into wedding webinars, right? A lot of people, they go to our chat, they go to Discord and they say, hey, anybody have a training on how to do a wedding at Sandals? Right? You guys, it's really nice because Sandals has this here for us. So if one of your agents or you are in need of a webinar, right? Go here, virtual webinars. There's none. Oh, because it's still under upcoming. Let's see, product updates. So there's a product update webinar, Spring Forward with Marketing Sandals and Beaches Resorts. That was May of 2021. So kind of old. Top picks, but you guys can come through here. And you guys can see if there's any past webinars that might fit the bill or the ticket. This one just came out November 11th, Grow Your Sandals and Beaches Resorts Business Using Social Media. You guys, how many people are sitting here saying, I don't know how to advertise my business? I'm not getting any clients. How many people have said that or have had agents or have heard people say that? Put in the chat box. How many of you guys have ever had that? How do I grow my business? How do I grow my business? How do I advertise this? So many, right? Well, you guys, guess what? Right here under the Sandals website, growing your Sandals and Beaches Resorts business using social media. You guys, one of the things that these suppliers and vendors do is they want to show you how to capitalize advertising and marketing their product, right? So they're going to teach you the demographics. They're going to teach you how to advertise it. They're going to teach you, they already know all the tools, right? They have a VP of sales and marketing. Guess what? They're going to show us how to sell and market, because when we sell and we market, guess what? We make Sandals and Beaches money. So they want us to book it. They want to teach us how to market. So you guys can go through here. No, not every single vendor and supplier out there is going to have, you know, this easy setup right here with past webinars, but always turn to when you're looking for how to market, how to advertise. Go to the source. Hey, how should I do this? Or how should I do that? Right? Go do some investigating through them. So there's different webinars. You guys can look into Butler service. It's going to explain to you, you know, what is that? There's a video tutorial. What is Butler service? How many of you guys know what a butler will and won't do? Right? Why is a butler something that people really want? Now, there's some people that are like, why the heck would I need a butler on vacation? You know, but some people, on the other hand, they want a butler because they're going to a 5-star luxury resort. What says 5-star luxury resort more than a butler, right? Somebody who is going to do all of the things that you could ever know or ever need, right? So look into the butler service. You guys, a little unknown fact, I actually found this out from the BDM. Butler service is actually the first room type to sell out at every resort. That's the very first one to sell out. So look into the butler service. Let's see, sales webinars, website, co-branding. This is a whole training in itself, so I'm not going to dive too much into this, but you guys can co-brand your website, meaning that it is a website. It's other vendors call them, oh man, come on, somebody in here. I want to call it associate, but that's not it. Yeah, like Disney calls them mini sites. Anyways, you guys get your affiliate. Thank you, Grace. Grace coming in with the word affiliate sites, meaning that you are affiliated with them, but it's going to always lead your client back to you. So here's the thing. You guys can come through here and you can read, but one of the nice things is that this right here, we'll do all the work maintaining the accuracy of the site with all up-to-date promotions and rates. All you have to do is place a referral link to your site and we'll track that client's visit. If he, she requests a brochure, it will be sent on your behalf. If he, she makes a booking, you'll get the full commission. If your client is unsure of what to choose, or eChat representative will assist them and you still get full commission and credit for the booking. How awesome is that, right? You have your business pages out there, right? Put your branding out there, your co-branded website out there. They click on it. You guys, they hold that information for 90 days. So let's just say that your client goes to your link. They start looking around. 2 months later, they go back to Sandals. Because of the way that the internet works, right? It is going to 90 days, right? 90 days. Christine said, say it again. 90 days. So let's say 2 months later, they go back to the Sandals website. Guess what? When they plug in, even if they just go to sandals.com, it's going to lead them back to your co-branded website because of these little thingies called cookies, right? I don't know about you guys, but I know I don't delete my cookies probably as often as I should on my website, right? Or on my browsers, but they will hold it for 90 days. So earn credit for bookings for up to 3 months. Client information is retained for 90 days of their visit to your website, right? Personalized website, hassle-free commissions, no content to maintain. They maintain it, right? And it also works on the phone. Co-brand links work on mobile sites too. I don't know about you guys, but I know that's pretty frustrating when you go to like a website and you try to go to it on your phone and you're like trying to turn your phone all willy wonky because you're like, this wasn't made for a phone, right? So be sure to use the things that these vendors are offering to us. You guys, there is a lot of money to be made in Sandals, a lot of money. You guys, when I was talking to my BDM at the vendor show, and I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was like a 250% increase in sales in Sandals in the year 2022 alone. It was like phenomenal. It was mind blowing how much Sandals is selling. I actually, and we're going to get into this, but I actually had to call Sandals for a client and they said, well, they're going in December of 2023. You should probably get them all booked now. That's over a year away, right? It's because things are booking up so fast, so much that they're like, okay, well, what about the following month? Okay, what about the following month? What about the following month, right? Because maybe they want that over the water bungalow butler suite thing, but it's not available for a year, right? So they're pushing their vacations out that far. Commonly used forms, wedding guides, incentives. You guys, I absolutely would look into different no, Barb, but so Barb's question is, what about the flights? You can add them later. You can add the flights later. So book the hotel and then you can add the flight later. Or you can do it separately, right? I mean, that's most of my Sandals bookings are people that they have, like, they'll use like credit card points or whatever for their flights. So I worry about this, and then if they need me to, then I can add the flight later. So I'm not super worried about that. Just get them booked. right? Different forms in here. Of course, it's going to take forever. Advisor transfer form, beach resorts pre-travel special service guest questionnaire, all different types. Beaches, resorts, autism initiative facts. You guys, I don't know about you guys, but there are several agents out there that specialize in special needs, right? This is something that Beaches actually has an initiative for, to be autistic friendly, right? So that's a huge thing. I actually was watching a video recently, and they have like areas where it's quieter and more, you know, autistic friendly. So look into that. And you can also become a certified autism travel professional. So if that's something you're interested in. Consumer day pass rates, there's forms for that, facilities for the physically challenged, group cheat sheet, island routes, key resort personnel, kids club registration form, Sandals special resorts form, all the different types of forms in here. You guys can go look at that. Wedding guides. People get married at Sandals all the time. It's a big thing. Yeah, so this is on there. There's different courses out there where you can become an autism specialist, or you can become a certified like disability specialist, so you can kind of take classes in doing those sorts of things. Sandals and Beaches customizable wedding menu, Sandals and Beaches customizable wedding planning and pricing guide for 2022. So just take a look at all these different files and things in here. Incentives. Who doesn't love incentives? I know I love incentives, right? Airline employee 10% discount, day pass. Okay. Who is interested in knowing about the Sandals, the travel agent Sandals stuff? Anybody interested on how we how we how we save money to go to Sandals? If not, I can just like skip on past it. No, you guys you guys want to learn about it? So you guys, I was actually thinking about going to Sandals for my 40th birthday, and it ended up it wasn't going to be the thing. But I called Julia. I love it. I love you. Duh, Krista, right? So I actually called. I called to see kind of what this was about. What the difference between the travel advisor 20% discount and the travel advisor standby rates. You guys, standby rates are going to be cheaper. However, standby rates are not guaranteed. What I mean by that is, let's say you decided you wanted to go to Sandals peak season, right? You call them up, they're like, yeah, we have standby rates, you know, $100 per person per night. Fantastic, sign me up. However, understand with standby rates, if the hotel starts to fill up, they can take it back, meaning they can cancel your reservation. So understand that standby rates, it's like flying standby on a plane. Everybody understand how standby flights work on a plane? You're like slated to go on that flight, but if the flight's full or nobody fails to show up, then you get a seat on the plane. Julie, I'm not going to Sandals. I just said that, but you're invited to my birthday. Everybody's invited to my birthday. We'll talk about that later. When I'm not recording. But standby rates. Standby rates. So it's just that if you schedule it, you might be bumped. So that was one of the reasons why I couldn't do it. Like at the time when I was planning my birthday thing and my group trip, I was like, well, I'm not going to do standby because I'm going to end up selling all this stuff to everybody else and then watch me get bumped. Right. I was like, that's not going to work. So I had decided I was going to have to do the travel advisor 20% discount. Right. Which is still phenomenal, still saving you money. And that's just 20%. It's just easy as that, 20%. And so that's basically the gist of it, 20% discount. For travel advisors, there's no like blackout, there's no like whatever dates. Now, you guys, please understand a couple of things. One, travel advisor discount bookings are not commissionable. So you're not going to earn commission on yours. Just to share, everyone, Frontier is offering a flight pass with the sale being yesterday and today only. That's cool. Okay, so no commissions on travel advisor rates. Reach out to Interline Department for rates and availability. You are going to have to provide a copy of your IATA card or CLIA, or you're going to have to get a letter from Archer's office saying, yes, they are a travel agent. You guys, do me a favor, just go get your CLIA card. Just go get it. It will save you so much trouble, especially if you travel, right? It saves you so much time because the letter from Jill is per thing. So you'd have to call Archer's office and get a letter every time you wanted to try. Is there a test? Is there what test? For CLIA? I've never taken one. So you guys, you're gonna have to show proof of either IATA or CLIA or ARC. We don't have that. Or the letter. So just be mindful of that. So you guys just go get your CLIA card. No, Victoria, your IATA card comes after your first $5,000 in paid out commission. So CLIA, you can go purchase at $69, or you can wait until you earn that $5,000 in paid out commission to get your IATA. So that's where those are the two cards. So honestly, guys, just go get your CLIA. I mean, yes, I have both, but it just go, yeah. CLIA, here I come. Yes, go get it, you guys. Plus, it's super cool. Archer always does giveaways if we hit like a certain amount of CLIA members because we're platinums. So we have to have a certain level of whatever. Okay. Resort fact sheets. You guys can come in here and get all the facts and whatever about the different resorts. Yeah. There's lots of videos out there on how to get your CLIA card and benefits and stuff. Website, Cobra, no, where are we at? Okay, resort fact sheet, butler service. We went over that. Videos and tutorials. How to register a wedding moon booking. Weddings, Sandals, beach. Anyways, you guys, lots of different stuff in here. You guys can go and learn. I do find that some of their website is kind of, it repeats itself. Meaning you can find the information in a couple of different places. Wedding information, wedding day calendar, wedding collateral, wedding planning guides and menus, Sandals digital wedding planner tool, wedding book registration, custom designed wedding webinars. So you guys, they literally, because that's one of the things they specialize is in weddings. So they're really going to give you all of that information, try to give you as much information as possible. Now I'm going to skip over compare resorts. And the reason I'm going to skip over this is I'm going to go to vacation planner. And I actually personally like the compare resorts section here better than the button right above it. Okay, so this is a place that you guys can go and compare resorts. Well, first, it's going to give you all the resorts. And let's just say you have a client who's like, I really want a swim up suite. Okay, we all know that that's something very common, right? A lot of people ask for swim up suites because it sounds really cool, whatever. And you're sitting here and you're on the Sandals website and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many different vendors to choose from. Like, which vendor do I go to? Right? Which hotel do I go to? Which one do I decide? I don't know which ones has it. Right? So if you go to the vacation planner and you come down here to swim up suites, it's going to filter and show you all of the different resorts that have swim up suites. Right? You guys, I was guilty of this. I used to click on every single resort with the dates and whatever, trying to figure out which one had it until I found this tool. Please don't do that. Use this tool, right? Now they're like, Krista, I really want to go to Jamaica. Okay. Click on Jamaica. Or, hey, I really want to go to the Bahamas, right? Click on Bahamas. Let's go to Jamaica. Right? So now it's going to give me the resorts, the Sandals resorts in Jamaica that have swim up suites. Okay. So now it's Jamaica, swim up suites. So your options are Sandals Duns River, Sandals Montego Bay, Sandals Negril, and Sandals Royal Caribbean. Smarter, not harder. You got it, sister. Right? So now you guys can kind of look at some of the different things that are going on. Maybe you're like, oh man, I want to see the pictures. Right? Oh wow, that's that iconic picture. That's where that's at, right? That looks nice. Sign me up for 14 days there. Right? So you guys can look through there. You guys can look through these other pictures. Check it out. See what's going on, right? See which one. Now maybe they're trying to be budget conscious, which I don't know anybody that, I mean, I guess you can be budget, but Sandals, it's not kind of like your budget place, right? But you're like, okay, so this one, average, right? It could go higher, could go lower, right? 367. Now you guys, this is Jamaica's newest resort. Do you see this down here? Opening May 24. So this is going to sell fast. It might already be starting to book up because let's face it, people want to be the first, right? They want to go there and do that and see it first. So Sandals Dunn's River, Sandals Montego Bay. Let's see, that one's 334, 235, 299, right? So you guys can see here. And then it's going to show you unlimited food and drinks, 7 world-class restaurants, 5 bars with unlimited premium liquor, swim-up rooms located on 7 Mile Beach, unlimited motorized water sports, yada, 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 right? All of the information right there. So I really like this tool. Now, maybe they don't really care about that, but maybe they want, let's see. They want active nightlife, right? Which ones have active nightlife? Sandals Ochi, or Sandals Montego Bay, or Sandals Negril, or Sandals Royal Caribbean, Royal Plantation, right? So use those filters. Now, there's also the compare resort. So let's say they can't decide. They really want to either go to Sandals Montego Bay, or they want to go to Halasan Beach, or they want to go to Grenada, or they want to go to Regency La Toc. Okay, so we got Jamaica, St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Lucia, right? And they want to know stats, right? Maybe they're like, well, is it a small? Is it a big? You know, what kind of resort size is it, right? So you can look at this. Rooms, 264, 169, 257, 323. Probably going to be a bigger resort. This one has 28 different room categories. This one has 12, 22, 22. This is probably a pretty small resort, right? So if they're wanting something smaller, this is a really good tool for that. If they want something bigger, then that might be helpful too. This has 6 restaurants. This one has 12. There's some that have 20, right? Swim up bars, offshore island. Maybe they like to water ski, right? This one has water skiing. These two do not. They all have water sports. They all have red line spa. They all have meeting space. Maybe accessibility is something that they're concerned about. So you guys can really go through here and compare the resorts instead of going and finding prices first, right? You need to figure out, well, what's important to them. You need to kind of filter out which resort to use. So be mindful of that. Now, another question that comes up a lot of times is, Krista, what about groups? I know groups that's a big topic. And I've actually learned a lot about groups with Sandals here recently, because I do have a group going to which one are they going to? Jamaica Negril, December of 2023. I actually have a group going there, and I was like, okay, well, what are the group benefits? So I had to call them up, and come to find out my group did not qualify for group rates. Now, a lot of people, the reason they want to do groups is because they figure, well, if I book 10 rooms, that we're going to get a cheaper price for my client, right? Isn't that typically why people want groups? Because, oh, if I have a lot of people going, we're going to get cheaper prices. That's not how it is with Sandals. There are a couple situations where if you sell a certain amount of rooms, you could get a free room, but that's not typical. Typically, what the groups do is allow additional amenities. It gets them group amenities. So for instance, this group that I had, they would have gotten like a 15-minute family photo shoot, and each room would have gotten a complimentary photo, which is awesome, right? Then they tier up. Sometimes it's like, they'll get a private meeting space or whatever. So really, when it comes to groups, you're going to have to call individually. You're going to have to call the groups department for each group, because it's very dependent on the type of group. Now, the other thing that I found out, the reason why my clients don't qualify for a group is because they do not do group incentives in high season, meaning in the busy season, they don't do group things. They're going in December. That is a high season. So they didn't qualify for any of them. So it wasn't really going to do anything for me anyways. Now, also, there are, to do a contracted group with Sandals, they do require, I believe it was a 10%, 10% deposit on all rooms held. So let's say a client comes to you and they say, I have 15, client says, hey, I'm doing a family reunion to Sandals. We're going to need 15 rooms. And I'm like, and you ask them and you talk to them and they're like, well, I think it's going to be 15 rooms. I've invited 15 families. I've invited 15 groups of people, but they haven't all confirmed. Well, you can call up Sandals and you can do a contract with Sandals for 15 rooms. However, your deposit is going to be 10%. So let's say it's $100,000, because I like nice, even round numbers. Let's say the group booking for all of those rooms, $100,000. In order to do the contract, you would have to put down $10,000. Which, when I did the math, it wasn't too far off. The problem, it wasn't too far when I divided, the deposit by the number of rooms that I'd be held. It wasn't too bad. The problem is that typically when you go to do that contracted group, you don't already have those 15 rooms filled up. Usually you're holding the rooms to then advertise that certain price, because it's holding the price, right? It's holding the rooms. So that way you can go advertise to the family, hey, your cost of room is going to be this much money. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, you want to hold 15 rooms, you want to do the deposit, but you don't even have the 15 couples yet to go in those rooms. Does that make sense, you guys? So that's why I say, if you have a client that comes to you about a group, you need to get on the phone with the groups department and have that conversation with them, because you're going to have to figure out whether or not a group is even worth it for them. Now, there is a good benefit. The really good benefit to me is that it holds the rooms at that price. So they don't sell out. So that's a conversation you're going to have to talk with your client and talk with the groups department to figure out. That being said, any other questions on groups before I move on to something else? Because I know groups is always, it doesn't matter which vendor we're talking about. Vendors is always something that comes up. No questions. No questions. I haven't lost anybody yet, right? We're all there. we're all hanging out. I know I muted you guys all. You guys can't talk. I'm good. All right, cool. Awesome. Okay, so let's get back to the portal. Okay, so we did the vacation planner. Before they arrive, let's see if this locked me out. Okay, yeah. Before they arrive, Sandals and beaches. Take a look at this. If you have a client going to Emerald Bay, Great Exuma in the Bahamas, right? Look and see if there's anything that they need to know. So just take a look, whether it's Sandals or beaches, right? So there are 3 beaches: Turks and Caicos, Ocho Rios, and Negril. So those are the 3 beaches. There is talks of a 4th, but it takes a while for, obviously these resorts to pop up. So someday, the thing with, because when I went to a dinner with one of the BDMs, and we were talking about, man, it would be nice if there was, another beaches somewhere else. And the problem is who wants to put a, if you guys look into the flights and stuff for getting to some of these places, putting a kid on some of those flights is not, it's like a 18-hour situation with like crazy layovers and stuff. So they look into that too before they start putting beaches out there, putting resorts out there. They're going to look like, oh yeah, it'd be great. Let's put a beaches somewhere, but then nobody wants to fly their kids there. So then really what would it be good for? Now, obviously beaches is not just for kids. There's lots of adults only that go to beaches resorts. They actually have weddings and stuff at beaches as well. So that's something you guys could look into as well. So before you arrive. Now that is under sales tools. That was just sales tools, you guys. There is so much stuff in here, right? My bookings. You guys can look up bookings, advisor incentives, right? Additional bonus commissions, booking bonuses, day passes, travel advisor rates. We went through that. Travel advisor specials, sandal specials, beaches specials. So this is where it's going to show you the different discounts that the different resorts have. So Sandals Barbados is running a special. These are the specials that they're running. Emerald Bay, Granada Antigua, Grand St. Lucian, Granada, House on Beach, Montego Bay, Negril, Ochi, Regency. So you guys can come through here and you guys can see what kind of deals. Maybe you have somebody who you have, EMS, police, firefighter, right? Service personnel discount. This I think is pretty cool. Curacao, this is their brand new, this is the latest one that they just opened, or opened up earlier this year. You get a convertible Mini Cooper to drive around the island. I mean, obviously you don't have it for your whole trip, but you guys they can get a Mini Cooper to ride around the island. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. 7/7 savings. You guys can look into all of these different deals. They all, some of them have a lot, some of them don't, but you guys can look into the deals that are going on at those different resorts. Same thing, beaches specials. Come on. Maybe doesn't want to open. That's fine. There we go. So same thing, beaches, 1 free night, book online, 1 free night, service personnel, last minute deals, so on and so forth. So you guys can look at those different deals and see what kind of things they've got going on out there. And then obviously there is contact us. You guys, I'm going to get you guys, I found something out about a year ago. My cousin, I actually booked my cousin to Sandals, and something happened where it was a test thing that they had to do. And it was going to be, they were flying from LA to Granada, I think it was, and they had a layover in New York. Well, their test was supposed to come back at like 2 a.m. or something, like right when they were landing in New York, and then they were supposed to go to Granada. Well, the LAX would not let them on the plane because they didn't have their test results back yet. So they missed their flight, right? So I called up Ron at 11 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night, and he answered the phone, and he said, well, no big deal, just call Sandals. And I was like, okay, but they're gonna miss blah. Like, I was freaking out, you guys. I was freaking out. Like, oh my God, my client is my cousin who just got married. They're going on their honeymoon. And they're only going for 5 nights, and now it's gonna be 4 nights. You guys, I called up Sandals. I explained the situation to them. They said, no big deal, we'll just push their vacation back a day. What do you mean you'll push their vacation back a day? And they said, oh, people miss their flights here all the time. It's a underlining, not written really anywhere, that if a client misses their vacation, they'll actually put notes into the system, and they'll just move the vacation back a day. Now, obviously, we don't want our clients missing their flights, and we don't want situations like that. And we don't want to advertise that to our clients. But understand that if something really should happen, delays and whatnot, Sandals, honest to God, it happened to me. My client, my cousin, they got on the flight the next morning because they had their negatives, And they, I called up Sandals and I told them the situation. They said, yeah, no big deal. Let me call the resort real fast. They put notes in. My cousin showed up on the following day after their vacation, and everything was backed up, was moved back a day. When I tell you guys they have great customer service, I was like, holy cow, I never, you guys, and it didn't cost them anything. They did not charge them anything. Like that blew me away. I was like, what are you talking about? You guys, also, one of the really cool things about Sandals and Beaches is their final payment date is 45 days prior to travel. Most other places, most other companies out there, it's like 90 days, right? 60 to 90 days. They have to have their vacation paid off before they go. Sandals and Beaches, it's 45 days. 45 days prior to travel is their final payment day. So I went through all of that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through a booking real fast. I kind of want to show you guys the booking side. Booking is very easy. Very, very easy. Once you figure out what resort they want to go to, once that's figured out, it's very easy. So select the brand. Let's go to Beaches. We're going to go to Turks and Caicos. We're going to go in 2023. We're going to go in, let's go to December. Okay. It's automatically going to populate it for a week, right? It's automatically going to populate it for a week. So just be mindful if they say 5 days or they say 10 days or whatever, then you're going to have to update that. Get quote. Then it's going to ask you a few more questions. Include airfare. Obviously, we cannot. It's over a year away, right? Now it's going to ask how many people. We're going to just do a family of 4. 2 adults, 2 kids, 5 and 10. I'd like to request adjoining rooms. No, because I'm only doing 1 room. You guys, you guys should go in, and when you get access to Sandals, you guys should go play with this. There are some resort. I want to say it's this one. They actually have a 4-bedroom. A 4-bedroom holds 14 people. It's pricey. I looked into it, but it is it is there to be had. You're basically renting a house. You're renting a house on Sandals property. So 5 to 10 or 5 and 10. Are you planning wedding? No. Is this a group vacation? No. Also, remember how I was talking about a group? Make sure that you start discussing the group with the groups department before you start booking rooms. Like, don't book a bunch of rooms and then say, oh, I want to add it into a group. It can be done, but it makes it a lot more difficult for them in the long run. Okay, so Beaches, Turks and Caicos, 7 nights in December 2023. They want butler service because they want to have they want to get to getting. They want somebody else to unpack for them. They want somebody else to pack for them or unpack and pack for them. They want they want that cell phone where their butler can bring them anything, whatever, right? You guys are going to look at butler service, but they're like, yep, that's what we want. Cheapest, whatever. Italian 2-bedroom butler family suite. So let's look at the room photos. The video never works, guys. I've never gotten it to work. If you get it to work someday, let me know. I click on it all the time. Video never pops up. So it's going to give you the pictures of the room. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I think this is super cool. For a kid's room, like, hey, we get a bunkhouse. Like, that's pretty awesome. Table, they got their own TV. Fun little bunk rooms. My daughter was super stoked about it. Then I broke her little heart, told her we weren't going. Nice tub, right? And then there's the seaside 2-bedroom. Let's see if it has it on here. 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, just because I want to show you guys. View room photos. So there is a 4-bedroom. And here it is. Like I told you, it looks like a house. Looks like a 4-bedroom house that you're staying in, right? I think they come with kitchens too, and I'm like, I don't know why I would need a kitchen at Sandals, but I ain't cooking. I'm definitely not cooking if I'm at an all-inclusive resort. But what the heck? Maybe they can come cook for you there. I don't know. So anyway, so here you got the 4-bedroom. I know $33,000. That's crazy, but I mean, I guess if you put it in let's see, it's $33,000 divided by 14. That's actually not bad. 2357 per person. If you put 14 people in there. Now, if half of the 14 is your family, then I guess it gets pretty expensive. But that's not too bad. Oh well, no, because I only have it in for 4. So it'd be more expensive for 14. Anyways, so here you got the 2417. You guys can see here online instant credit, 65% off rack rate. So it is normally $69,706. You are getting them a total savings of $45,000. 65% off rack rate. I mean, that's a big one right there. That's over half of the price, right? So $24,017.10. You guys can look up the room features, room location, and resort map. You guys can email this quote. Now I know that this is a everybody does things a little differently, right? I'm not going to say which way is right, which way is wrong. Typically I call up my clients, I have that conversation over the phone with them. I tell them, what it's going to cost, whatnot. We discuss that. Now, I being me, like if somebody was calling me up, I'd be like, well, I want to see it. So at least there is a way for you guys to email the vacation quote here. You don't have to create your own. And remember, because Sandals is very, very, they really like working with the travel agents. It's not like they're going to see, they'll be able to see it, and it's going to be attached with their name, with your name. So when they see the email, it's going to have your contact information. So remember that 90-day cookie. It's going to keep you as their travel agent, and you will get that commission. So primary guest, send a copy to, write a message, include travel protection. I add travel protection everywhere. For everything. My clients literally have to tell me they don't want travel protection for me to remove it. So that's on there. You can also send a copy to yourself and then send the quote. You guys can also preview the email quote. Let me see, because I want you guys to see it. It's pretty cool. Preview the email. It's nice, right? So when they get the email, it's going to have your name up there. Book your vacation today. Here's my phone number. It's going to tell them about the resort. It's going to show them pictures, beach in Turcos. It's in Turks. These are the dates. Guests 4, nights 7, room category, Italian 2-bedroom butler family suite. It's going to tell them there's only 1 room left. So if you want this, you're going to need to hurry up and book it. It's going to tell all the information. It's going to give them all the vacation inclusions. It's going to show them the discount that you're getting them. Then here down here at the very bottom, to book your vacation, my number is as big as day can be, or my email address. And in case they didn't get it the first time, here's my information again. I will show you that, Nikki, here in just a second. One of the things with Sandals is that they don't, the commission you don't see until later on. So I will show you that because I do have some bookings so I can show you, but I wanted you guys to see how that works. So you guys can send the quote if you want to. I'm obviously not going to because I don't need another email on that. So let me show you my bookings. So it's going to keep track of the rooms that you have booked. It's going to show you how many you've booked before, how many you have booked that used to say 3. I have a client that's been lacking on their deposit, and I told them a couple days ago, hey, if you don't make the deposit, it's going to get canceled. So guess what? Got canceled. Here are the different rooms. Let's go to this one. So it's going to show you here. There is a spot. Okay, agency. So it's going to show you the resort, the type of room, the names of the clients, how much they've paid, balance to be paid. it's going to show you the payments right there. There is a uh okay, right here. See where it says commission? That is the commission on this room. So 80% of that. So like I said, Sandals is pretty lucrative. So this is the other room. It's for people. You can see here they paid $98 and they went back and they paid $302. Now you guys, one of the really cool things that I really like about Sandals, and the reason that I found this out was actually this client that I'm booking for. She's a US resident, but she actually lives in Africa. She lives in Africa. She does some stuff over there. But anyways, she the time difference is so wonky that I was able to actually send her the link and they're able to actually go on and make their payments, because let's face it, 2 a.m. might be the best time for her to call me and I'm not going to be awake. So that's something that you are able to do as well. So I know we are just approaching that hour mark. Any questions, you guys, that you may have for me? I know it's a lot of information. Hopefully you've learned a bit or a lot. Maybe you learned a lot today. No, if you guys don't have questions, you guys, please make sure, as always, go to the Discord, go to your team chats and let them know, guys, you should have been on that Sandals Beaches, right? That's how we get people to come, to keep coming to trainings and whatnot. Let them know, right? Hey, show up. Show up.